Hi, welcome to the Explainer series for Quant. Here we'll be using very simple concepts and apply it to CAT level problems and solve them as easily as possible. Hi, this is a session on geometric progression. We will be looking at the basics of geometric progression and how to apply it to CAT level problems on geometric progressions. I would suggest pause this video, look at the questions. The link is available in the description of this video. Once you've tried those questions on your own, then proceed with the rest of this session. Please do share this with your friends who are preparing for CAT and other MBA entrance examinations. You can like and follow us on Facebook as well as subscribe to our YouTube channel to get live event and notifications for all the updates regarding CAT and other MBA entrance examination. You can also look at our WhatsApp as well as Telegram lists. You can join over there and we will update you. We don't spam over there. If you want, you can enroll for our Quant and LRDI courses. These are the best and the most comprehensive courses available in the market. Geometric progression is very similar to arithmetic progression. Here, the key distinguishing factor is that the ratio of two consecutive terms is constant. Right? Again, the first term is denoted with small a, and the ratio of two consecutive terms is denoted as small r. Right? So let's take a very simple progression. You have 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, and so on. So every term doubles, right? Each term is double of the previous term. So the common ratio will be T2 by T1, which is same as T3 by T2, which is same as T4 by T3, and so on. So Tn divided by Tn minus 1 will be R. In this case, it is 2. Right? So just like with arithmetic progression, you can propagate the series, right? The second term, you have to multiply the common ratio once. Third term, you have to multiply the common ratio twice. And the nth term, you have to multiply the common ratio n minus 1 times, right? So let's use this very simple concept and solve a question which came up in CAT 2018 slot 1. Now, this one says x, y, z be three positive real numbers in a geometric progression such that x is less than y less than z. So x, y, and z are three terms in a geometric progression. X is less than y is less than z, which means the common ratio should be more than 1. Right? Each term is bigger than the previous term. So the common, whatever you are multiplying, has to be more than 1. Right. It is given to you that 5x, 16y, and 12z are in arithmetic progression. What is the common ratio of the geometric progression? Now, two options can be straight away eliminated. We have already discussed that the common ratio has to be greater than 1. So these two are straight away out. Right. So that leaves us with two of them. Now, you can either use the options and try to solve them, or you can try to resolve this a little bit with the concepts of geometric progression and arithmetic progression and try to solve them. Let's do it in both ways. Let's try the option method. If I try the option method, you have 5x, 16y, and 12z. So y can be replaced by x into r. Z can be replaced with x into r square. Right? Now, if I put r is equal to 3 by 2, you'll get 5 into 3 by 5x. This will be 16 into x into 3 by 2. So that will be 16 divided by 2 is 8. 8 into 3 is 24. Right? And in this case, it will be 12 into x into r square. R square will be 9 by 4. 12 divided by 4 is 3. 3 into 9 is 27. Obviously, this is not in geometric progression, arithmetic progression, because the difference is not the same. So C is out, which leaves D as your correct answer. If you put the value of D is equal to 5 by 2, you can get the answer. You will have 5x, 16x into 5 by 2. 16 by 2 is 8. 8 into 5 is 40. Right. 12 into x into 5 by 2 square. 5 by 2 square is 25 by 4. 12 by 4 is 3. 3 into 25 is 75. X. This difference is 35x. This difference is 35x. Option D, as we had discussed, will be your correct choice. Now, if you want to do it in a algebraic way, that can also be done. Right. So we know in an arithmetic progression, the middle term, the average of the terms equidistant will be constant. Right. So x plus z divided by 2 should be equal to y. Or in other words, 16y should be equal to these two terms divided by 2. So 5x plus 12z divided by 2. If you rewrite this, you'll get 32y equals 5x plus 12z. Now replacing y as x into r, x as x, and z as x into r square. So 12x r square. So x goes out. Right, if you divide by r throughout, you will get 32 should be equal to 5 5 by r plus 12 into r. Right, now if you substitute 3 by 2, you'll obviously not get it. Right, so you'll get 32 equals 5 divided by 3 by 2 will be 10 by 3. And this divided by 3 by 2 will be 6 into 3, 18. Right, so this does not give you 32. So this is out. Option D will be your correct choice. Right, so two options were straight away eliminated, and one option, if you put it either using the just using the basic concept or using the algebraic method, your job will be done. Now, just as with an arithmetic progression, we can have some derivations about the sum of the series and the properties of a geometric progression. Now, key point is, in a geometric progression, the product of the terms equidistant from the end will be the same. In arithmetic progression, sum of the terms was same. So in geometric progression, the product will be the same. For example, if the first term is a, the last term is a r to the power n minus 1, the product is a square r to the power n minus 1. Second term will be a into r. Second last term will be a r to the power n minus 2. If you multiply this, this will be a square and r to the power n minus 1 again. Similarly, ar square, ar to the power n minus 3. Similarly, ar. So all the products will be the same. So product of all the n terms will be equal to n by 2 times each product, right? Just as we did for arithmetic progression. Now the sum can be found out also. This is a pretty easy derivation. You can find it in most 10th and 11th class NCERT or state board books, right? Sum of a geometric progression is derived as a into r to the power n minus 1 divided by r minus 1, or a into 1 minus r to the power n divided by r minus 1. Now, one thing which is not there in arithmetic progression, which is there in geometric progression, is what happens when you stretch this to infinity. Now, for a ratio which is between minus 1 and 1, which means each term is algebraically smaller than the previous term, right? You can also find sum to infinity, approximate it to there. So, for example, if you have a progression like this, 1/2, 1/4, 1/8, 1/16, and so on. If you look at it, each term is smaller than the previous one, right? So the first term is 1, the second term is half, then it is 1/4, then 1/8, and so on. So after a point of time, the additional value is practically 0. The additional value is going to be practically 0. And if you were to look at the sum will reach a asymptotic sort of a value, right? And that is estimated as this, right? If you put n is equal to infinity, r to the power n will become 0. It will resolve to this particular sum. Okay, now let's try to apply this in a particular question. This one says, if the sum of the terms of an infinite geometric progression is 22 and sum of the squares of the term is 242, find the ratio of the geometric progression. So if the first progression is ar square till infinity, the second term, which is the squares of the terms, will be a square r square, a square r to the power 4, so on to infinity. It says the first set, the sum is 22. The second set, the sum is 242. You need to find the common ratio. Okay, let's apply the simple relationship. A divided by 1 minus r, that will be the sum of the infinite progression. That is equal to 22. If I use it for the second one, a square divided by 1 minus r square, this should be equal to 242. Now we need to find the value of r. Now let's square this. This will be 22 square, which is 484. Right. Now, if I divide this term by this term, you will get a square divided by 1 minus r whole square divided by a square divided by 1 minus r square should be 484 divided by 242, which is 2. A square gets cancelled. Now, 1 minus r square is 1 minus r into 1 plus r. So, one of the 1 minus r terms will be gone. So, this will relate to 1 plus r divide, this will go to the numerator, 1 minus r. Now it is pretty straightforward. You can either cross multiply and resolve, or you can directly use componendo and dividendo. If I use componendo and dividendo, you will get 1 by r should be 2 plus 1 divided by 2 minus 1. So 1 by r should be equal to 3, r should be equal to 1 by 3. And just to cement our understanding of geometric progression, let's do a slightly challenging set. Okay, this is not difficult. It's, however, very conceptual. If you understand the concept of geometric progression, then basically you will be able to solve this very, very quickly, instantaneously almost. Right? Let's see. The sum of the first 2019 terms, 2019 terms of a geometric progression is 500. The sum of the first 4038 terms is 900. What is the sum of the first 6057 terms of the geometric progression? Now, if you look at it, 2019 into 2 is 4038 and 2019 into 3 is 6057. Now, if you look at it, you can divide it into blocks, right? So it is first n terms, this is first 2 n terms and the first 3 n terms. So for the first n terms, it is 500. For the first 2 n terms, this total will be 900. You need to find how much will it be for the first 3 n terms. The first n terms is 500, first 2 n terms is 900, which means from n plus 1 to 2n, this additionally adds 400. Now, you can use the relation a into r to the power n minus 1 divided by r minus 1 is equal to 300, and then use it for the other one, find a and r, and then calculate it. But we don't need to do all that. Okay, you can do it in a very clean manner, right? Think about a geometric progression, right? So suppose you take 3 terms, a, ar, ar square, right? If you take the next 3 terms, ar cube, ar to the power 4, ar to the power 5, right? What you will see is that if you take r square common, r cube common, right, this will be ar and ar square, right, which is the same as the previous one. The same as the previous one, which means that if this sum is s, the second sum will be r cube into s. Similarly, if I take the next 3 terms, that will be ar to the power 6, ar to the power 7, ar to the power 8. Right, that will be the next 3 terms. So if I take r to the power 6 common, this will be ar square. So that will be r to the power 6 times s, the same as the previous one. If I extend it to the same way, so if this is n, this will be r to the power 2019, and this will be r to the power 4038, which is same as r to the power 2019 square, right? So whatever is the multiplier for this product, for this sum, the same will be the multiplier for this. Now from 500 it has become 400, so it has become 4/5 of the previous sum. So the last sum will be 4/5 of the previous sum. So this will be 4/5 of 400, that is 80 into 4, 320. So the last n terms will add 320 to the sum. The question is, however, what is the sum of the entire series? Entire series will be 900 plus this 320, 1220. Right? So you can use this concept of geometric progression, the constant multiplier, in a very clean manner. You don't need to use a lot of formulas to be able to solve geometric progression problems. Geometric progressions come very frequently, especially as a part of an arithmetic geometric progression. A lot of students actually leave these questions, but actually if you understand the basic concepts, the questions are actually not very difficult to solve. That completes this particular session. If you liked it, please do share it with your friends who are preparing for CAT and other MBA entrance examination. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channel as well as follow our Facebook page. The links for our course are available on the description to this video. Till we meet again the next time, goodbye and all the best.